So I'm yeah. So I'm coming to you from Thomas Street. This is Thomas Street, Kitty. And it's actually between Thomas and Pike Street. One of the long yards, eh? You good?
Yeah.
There's a fire here. It seems to be happening at a residence. Very unfortunate that on Labor Day, you know, you could lose your home. Yeah, I'll bear with me, guys. I just left Siande, and I got a little problem with my ankle. So I limping going to show you all this. I had to drink some water. I drink something at Hide. I ain't seeing no complaints. I see the firefighters and the trucks they here, so I think they get water up today. Yeah. Morning. You see a limping. And they ain't paying here trying. Are they alive? I'm going to cover the fire. And they ain't paying here trying for reach it. All right. So, firefighters got to try to contain this is to ensure that oh right here, like some of them don't start cost me. I'm gonna see if I can go close and see what's going on. My God, it seems like a man who is he house now come because of somebody had an uncle. Hi, buddy. Cool, man. So seeing something coming from a back house here, and it seems that it catched another house from the angle by seeing here. There's one house here, and I see smoke bellowing at the top from a next lot. It seems like it catch, and these houses are close in this area. Some yards got 3-4 houses, so the firefighters got to fight to make sure they contain one area and they don't expand. And as y'all see, a lot of these houses are very aged houses. For those of you who just tuned in today, live with the guy in this clinic, I'm coming to you from Thomas Street. There's a fire between Thomas and Pike Streets. The guy said between because it's not one of the corner lots, it's one of the inner lots. But it seems like it's blazing on the inside. It's blazing there, but I'm seeing burnt and charred remains of a property at the back there. That suggested that the fire started here and it's heading back that way, but from how the smoke is behaving, it's blazing there. Firefighters are on the ground. I don't know how long they take to respond, but in these areas in Georgetown, they don't take more than longer than 5 minutes to respond. And again, these tanks don't, have that much water. They don't run for an hour. Some of these tanks, within 15 minutes, the water would be done. It got to be used wisely. And these areas, they got trenches that the firefighters could pull water from. I see some elderly people out here and EMTs checking the pressure and taking care of them. So wow, looks like this is done. Thanks, bro. Hi, buddy. All right. So, at the back here, there's a bit of a blaze. As I told you, you could see some charred remains from a property from this location, right? But there's a bit of a blaze going on in the middle here, and firefighters are fighting to contain. I think one of the bows has gone for more water, just relocating. So the firefighters are complaining about people having the vehicles causing hindrances to the work. All of the people even using common sense. Watch. Imagine people park the vehicles here, see fire. Now they moving. This fire, I see this fire, I there about 10 minutes now. That's 7 minutes. I there in this area about 15 minutes. I just live 7 minutes now. And people ain't moving the vehicle yet. And some man, the Chinese could be real difficult when they get ready. So I see somebody on a roof at the back there trying to do something. I know what he's trying to do. Where at the back there, people might be throwing water and different things to take care of their properties. Because a lot of these places, right, is old wooden buildings. So once fire start, if the fire department are not able to contain, they got EMTs in the ground. If fire department is not able to contain it, is madness gonna happen to people. I'm studying if I get the angle for y'all from, but I ain't seen him in the yard. I'm studying for going over by yard. Now people moving cars and all them things. That's why the fire department, when you're building the building code, takes into consideration all these things. You're supposed to be a certain amount of way away from the fence to be able to get passageways to go in and all them things in certain areas. For those of you who've just tuned in to Daybreak News with the Guyanese Critic, I'm coming to you from, just to give you a gauge of where I am. This is Thomas Street, but the fire is between Thomas and Pike Streets. What do I say this? Like I'm missing out on this kind is this. Like I'm missing out on something or what? I see people walking, like I'm missing out on something. Like I'm missing out on something or what? I see everybody walking in like that. I staying out of the way so people get the opportunity for work. Oh my God, there's a lot of places born there, man. Oh my God. There's a lot of places born there. Nobody was in the houses though. I see I was looking them old ladies. So guys, I get the old on this walk. Me realize the whole media there at the back here, and I there in front playing decent and trying to keep out the people. Wow, 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 wow. There's an inferno at the back here. Hey, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, swap it.
You good?
Yeah, man, I good.
Love. So this is an inferno at the back here. This just raging through all these houses. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, my sad situation. So the fire department got contained.
Yeah, no water. When they try to let up, the building don't take up. Yes, without down.
The drain got a lot of water. And second one, I said, you know, I see a lot of water flowing in. They got to try a thing and pull a little water from there. My God. So you got where I was looking at. Hello. I was looking at the house. So this looks like the first one here. This is what I would have been looking at earlier. And hey, what's going on, buddy? This is what I was. Yes, right. So this is the piece I was looking at. This is the house here, and from how the fire going, it seems, and the wind is blowing. So there's the seaside. So it coming this way. My God. So the fire department's struggling here, and again, you ain't seeing nobody here, but they're from the other side too. And watch, you got some people down there with buckets of water trying to contain the air. These look like some apartments built here. All of the catching it going in the way. Oh my God. This place is hot. This place is hot. So, all right. So this here seems where it started, and the persons them from these homes are out and about. You see people throwing water to wet the building. This is hot here. This is basically an inferno here, guys. The Guyanese Critic is coming to you from between Thomas and Pike Streets. Well, they got these long yards, right, with multiple houses in the yard. So 1, 2 properties down, and it seems that a place that had several apartments is now burning. You got some other people trying to throw water to save the building. The man is throwing water with bucket at his building. Oh shit. Wisdom. This thing again safe in here. This thing again safe in here. I think I should left here. I know I want to show y'all what's going on, but if they got gas bottles and all them thing in there, it can get very unsafe. All them black tanks burn up. All them black tanks burn up. People basically lost their living and their livelihood here in this holiday season. Sad situation. The fire hoses ain't no water here on this one side, but I think where they're trying to save is where the fire, because if you notice the fire is blowing, the breeze is blowing that way. You got a man on top of the building there. You got a guy on top of this building here. You got a guy across here throwing water in his building to prevent fire from going across. Oh my God. It's a race against time here. It's basically a race against time. Wow. So I'm hearing the hoses, high pressure water, but I'm not seeing it. So that means the firefighters are working from behind this apartment here that's now on fire. So I'm hearing it, but I'm not seeing. So firefighters are working. This firefighter is already prepared and waiting as the water comes back to start back. But I'm hearing, if you're hearing a loud rushing sound, I'm hoping that sound I'm hearing is, whoa, that sound like gas bottle, right? That sound like hose, that sound like gas bottle. So it's basically an inferno here. And again, water in the hose again, firefighters start again here, and public spirit citizens all helping the firefighters. No encumbrance in terms of being able to move and work as a water loud again. And the firefighters, you know, people are gonna look at it and say why they're not doing nothing here, because nothing else needs to be done. This can't cause much more fire. Is this area moving on to other buildings is the worry now. It's getting real smoky in here. So for those of you who've tuned in to Daybreak News with the guy NEWSROOM, I'm coming to you from between Thomas and Pike Streets, where there's a fire. Is basically an inferno at this time that the firefighters are trying to quail, that has taken up 2 properties and now going through a building, a third building that seems to be an apartment building, a place with a lot of small apartments, and water come, and within minutes, within a minute with the water that's come, the firefighters have been able to bring it under control. So it's nice. I feel good to know that no other, because these people here wetting their property with buckets, and there's a building, a 3-story building to the other side. I'm sure the heat has already might scorch the windows and damage. Sad state of affairs here right now for some people. They will be having a home tonight. Very unfortunate, but I can't say I see the firefighters try the best. Again, water again coming again here. The EMTs are on the ground. I was checking the vitals of some of the elderly people that came out to the houses. Lots of people out here. A heavy police presence to make sure that the people don't disrupt the work of the firefighters. Yeah. Like I said, you'd seen it live and direct, and a lot of other media houses are there. But a lot of these buildings are basically dilapidated, old buildings, so highly prone to fire. Right? All right. So they get it under control. They get it under control. Not me. The fire department do a good job. Safe. A big man secretary got a big mouth. He got bring more fire real. Now me, I limp and come. The fire department had it under control. They had a little thing with water, but basically they've done well for themselves and then been able to contain it. Because if you look, all these places is 2 lots. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the other street. 4, 5 houses in a yard. A lot of them could have born. A lot of them is old houses. So thankfully, the fire department has contained it. You see, it's just white smoke going up. There's as smoke get quenched with water, it's torn like the no longer an inferno. Thankfully to the fire department and the work that they have done. All right, no complaints, ma'am. What I'm gonna complain about? Life is good. Safe. Hi. What's the thing going in me here? You good? I want the Barbara. Barbara dead since last year. Oh shucks, I didn't know that. Sorry to hear about
Brian
that.
didn't tell you or Martha?
No, I haven't seen anybody. The last 2 years I've been very busy. Yeah, we grew up around them. Take care, right? All right, safe. So I'm gonna limp off here. Limp my way. I got a problem with the ankle. Safe. So, all right. So, guys, you heard it. You've seen it live.
This is not easy. People like just come through the street and a fire truck come through with the most speed ever. So I thought the next building was on fire. The police, the fire truck just reached and the house is done. But if you hear nice, how are you? Yeah. I don't know. It's like now come with the fire truck now appear here. Thought the fire now start. It started a good while. So the truck meet after the fire. Oh Jesus. Look, the house smoking. I was afraid. How are you? No. That's my partner. It's not your fire. Oh, your friend know what, man? You look good. Ma, you can't. No, I get frightened with this fire truck just now. Speed, the fire done and the fire truck coming so bad. So, like, show the viewers. Now, hold on. Let me show the people. This is where the fire went. Now, they ain't got no fire. Me want to go there for this. I tamp with fire because me ain't on fire side. But this is the fire truck just pull up with speed.
The man was safe, they could have saved it, but they come with them.
Oh, they come without water? They come without force? Tree house. And they now come. But they went mash man, you want to the helicopter, sir. Which family?
No, you. He can't be family.
Tell us.
Your classmates.
But I never said his classmates. I said his family. Although you guys was classmates, she didn't know the blood relations. She didn't know. No, these guys done some classic carpet work. Classic. Look, you know how much years they carpet me house and nothing never happened there. There's how much years by 20 something. Almost 20 something, 30 years. They carpet me house. I can show them people on life. This is it. Them is carpet boss. And when they come, they don't long in your house, you know. They just come, blam, turn the whole place, disappear, clean. They don't come and left your place nasty and some edge out there and this and that. No, they got pride. I'm a talk. It's them in Kitty. Yes. 3 buildings. Or behind there and it catch over. A 3-story building. How we could see it with it. Or the next yard and peep. We're going to peep some next yard and peep the fire cauldron. I was so shocked. I was so shocked. No, look, police there, we can't go. Oh, look, I'm turning the camera there. You see where the fireman coming out from? Well, somewhere through the crack there, behind this mango tree. They, not me. I know not much firefighting. Them firefighters is put it in place, and I like them. Me and the minister. I am not going on the side. The people say, right? But the people here saying they had water, they just stretch over, burn somebody else completely, yeah? Oh my God, fire is always a heart-rending thing.
Good afternoon, viewers. So this is the situation here at Pike Street. I'm currently at 107, or Kaiju News is presently at 107 Pike Street, where fires destroyed 3 houses. The houses are located, I believe, between Pike and Thomas Street. So we're not sure as yet how the fire started, but we heard that all occupants of the house are safe. So right now, firefighters are trying to contain this massive blaze that has spread here to a 2-story White House. The one that you're currently looking at, it's a concrete bottom flat with wood upper flat, or the top story is built of wood. And there you can see the fire is consuming and completely gutting the building. I understand the entire back of this house has already been destroyed. Firefighters are currently trying to contain the fire. So let's show you what's going on. So it is spread through 3 houses. So here in a building these are the other 2 houses that have been destroyed. So you have one on the left, there's one in the center, and firefighters are trying to contain the fire in this house. It's now spreading to the bottom flat of this building. So this building has already been completely destroyed by fire. It is believed the fire probably started in this building, then it spread to that one over there, another wooden building. And then to this building. I'll try to evacuate some persons out of that building over here. Fire is quickly ripping through this white building. It seems like there's a bit of chaos over there as people try to, firefighters and the police try to evacuate certain persons. This is your house? This is your house? So we're standing in a structure. It's a structure currently under unfinished building. The owner is here with us at the moment, and she's currently praying, Father, don't let this house catch. We just start building, but this is a devastation here for, I guess, 3 families. Yes, folks, if you're now tuning into the live, we are currently at 107 Pike Street, Kiki. We're standing in an unfinished concrete building looking on at the devastation of 3 houses between Pike and Thomas Street. We're made to understand that the fire erupted not so long ago, but quickly spread to 3 buildings. We don't know where it started, but in the building that we're standing right now, the owner is here with us, and she is praying and pleading that the fire doesn't spread to her home. I don't know if you could have heard her in the background saying, "Oh, Father, I just started build. Please don't let it catch this house." Yeah, nevertheless, it seems as if the fire had started here and probably spread to a second building over there before spreading to this white building. As you can see, the entire top flat is has already been destroyed, and fire spreading fastly to the bottom flat of this building. Um, It seems as though the alleyway or to get to these buildings as quickly has posed a challenge to the firefighters, but they're on the ground now and are quickly trying to contain the fire. If you can look between there, there's still a blaze there. There's still fire on this property over here. In a few, Kaiju News will update you as to who the families might be. This is how close and this is how fast it could spread. These trees behind here are a piece of burning debris or burning wood.
Right there used to work.
To work right here?
Yeah.
You know who owned the house?
A landlord, she live in the States.
She live in the States. Probably was renting the property at the moment. No, she was renting here at the moment.
She renting. All 3-story was renting.
So this was a 3-story building. Wow.
Everything going to this neighbor next door. I think at the bottom get this one, so
It's already spread to the bottom. Look there.
but yeah.
Yeah, know who living in this one?
No. It's washing, and I said, let me go on Facebook. Just I put up the phone, I see Pike Street. Like Pike. Where's Pike Street? I never get to stay on the way. One, two, three. What the? Who's that?
Seems like the roof is falling in or something. We have
How done burn. Go and out this one would actually going down. You can't save this no more.
So, okay, so you have courage. Our lady, you get to the old lady, you get to the boy.
You live around here, come on. I live right here. Tell me what happened. I see this fire. The fire service came. When I come to see I see the fire service. I came within 2 minutes, I was out of no one. Now they came unprepared for a disaster like this. So if you come to out of fire, if you come one fire, will you have tank of water? No, tank of water. No, you come to pay for a disaster. Now the time of coming unprepared, it's not one property, two property, three property, four property, so the price of property is going to come soon before the community get it under control. So where are we headed? Where are we headed? It just clear to me that they come unprofessional because it's all safe. They come unprofessional. You got the system where you are getting a disaster. You can't get a small fire. When you come in case of a disaster. So you use less, you have more water, you come prepare for a disaster, not come prepare for a fire. A fire can be anything. A road car fire, a cooking fire, any fire. But when you come to a house car fire, you come prepare for a disaster. You got to move from one house to the next house to the next house. So I want to be clear to we want to know that Guyana fire service come unprepared. I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not ashamed to say that. They come unprofessionally.
Just want to say thank God for the persons that who were there to fix my mom. And my 93-year-old aunt, my mom, 26 years old.
The true story of the one down,
Story of right here. Just want to say thank God that the fire service came. When they came, basically, the court was able to render assistance to my mom. She's not right away. Thank God. Making everybody who was in houses out. So I just want to say thank God for that.
Miguel. Come on. Go back there. What? You want to raise this up? If you're just joining us, we're coming to you live from Pike Street in Kitty. This is the current state of affairs. A major fire in Pike Street, Kitty. Pressure!
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Something fucking out there. What them? You want to lock it out? No, what happened there? Water, water. Ain't got no water. You got no water. Okay. I'm sure about it full up. And then hear Bob again. And then I see my sister was at the window. And I was like, one. And then she was like, fire. So I run in my mother's bedroom. I pick up her phone and I dial 912. And I call, my mother called her firefighter friend. I call again. Them tell me what's going on. I tell them exactly what, I give them a breakdown of what exactly is transpiring. And then I see nobody come yet, so I pick up my phone and I go and call Father. And then Father was like, okay, go cut off the phone. I go see if there's somebody down there now. And then they come, the fire service comes. Then come like in like 5 minutes or 5 minutes fire, the water done. No water was around. The 3-story building started to burn. You catch my next neighbor, Uncle Joey, his house started burning. You catch another neighbor, now you catch another 3-story building that was recently built. Just the other day.
Anybody else in the house? Any other house?
The 3-story building house, we was inside the house, but when I see the man, we had a man and like 3 old women. So I went downstairs and I go assist them by the fence. I tell you, throw the lady over and I fresh them and then I take them in front.
And how much houses in total?
When it started, it was 1 and then it continued to be 2, now it's 3, now it's going to be 4 houses.
How much? Were there any businesses located in this area? I had somebody else come and was
I feel they got a businesses over in Pike.
What business was that?
I feel it's a carpet business. I feel it's a carpet business.
What's in it?
You called the fire service?
Yeah, I called.
What time?
I can't remember the time, but it's around 12, roughly 12 something. Because as I was checking my phone when I was studying, it was roughly 12.
Is anything around like 10 past 12? It starts blazing. And we hear boom, boom, boom. And when we look outside, we see the downstairs in a frame. When the fire service do attend, they could have saved them people's house, they could have saved the other whole house on this side here. But they just do their own thing. They just look for hustle for the middle house. Then hustle for solve the house wrong it. What normally do? They do their own thing. That's what they do. Thank you very much. That's what they do. They could have saved the house. But waste of time. What the man walk over there? The man that come down the fire still like still walk.
Yes, folks. So we've just been told that this building that is in the middle here, it was a three-story building. It's owned by a woman who is currently abroad. She was renting the property to some tenants. There were some folks who had to be rescued from this building. They said it's an elderly woman and someone believed to be her son. There's were taken to safety, but this is what remains of a three-story building. It's burned completely to the ground. There's a second building over there. It looks like a wooden one that is completely destroyed as well. And at the moment, firefighters are trying to contain this fire from spreading. At the moment, it's currently destroying a two-story white building that is on the right-hand side, from my right-hand side of this three-story property, where it's believed the fire might have started. So we have two firefighters out there who are now trying to contain this fire from spreading as it rips through a third property. Already destroyed two, but now it's ripping through a third property. Yeah, yeah. And we can see this fire is starting to spread again in this building here. There's still parts that are burning, while firefighters try to contain it from spreading to another three-story building further to my right-hand side. If you're not joining the live, we're here in an unfinished concrete building at 107 Pike Street, P.P.P. Between Pike and Thomas Street, there are three properties that have been destroyed by fire. Firefighters are currently trying to contain the fire in the third that caught fire here this afternoon. Here we are bit by fire service containing the fire.
We're coming to you live at Pike Street, where a building has caught on fire and several surrounding buildings are also engulfed due to that fire. You can hear the fire has caught onto several buildings. Started just after 12:30 this afternoon, based on our understanding at least. At this point, several buildings have been engulfed or have sustained damages due to the fire. You can see here, right in front of us, there's a building that has been destroyed. Another right here, and there's another on that towards the left here where I'm showing you. And you can see here this household here, they seem to be trying to prevent the fire from getting further towards their home. This here is at Pike Street, PC. The Guyana Fire Service are on the ground and they are working assiduously to get the fire under control. Of course, it has really expanded from the one building that it started at, and it is now engulfing several buildings nearby. At this point in time, the newsroom is not, or well, has not been told whether persons are harmed or not, but of course we will provide those updates as we get them. You can hear the items internally that are being burned. Here we have a firefighter here who's preparing to really get into the midst of this fire that has engulfed several buildings here at Pike Street, Kitty, today. At this point in time, the newsroom understands that the fire initially started at a building that is a hardware. It stores mattresses and such.
Yeah.
You can see the firefighter has started on this end. There are firefighters also on the other end of the fire. We are currently at one side only. There are some firefighters on the other side of where the fire has started, and they're all working to get this fire under control. Of course, it is a race against the time right now because the fire has engulfed several buildings, and it will, of course, it will need a lot of work to get this fire under control at this point in time. At this point, we don't know if anybody has been harmed or would have been in any of these buildings when this fire started. Of course, these are information that we will have to press for later in the day. But at this point, we do know that there are several buildings that have been engulfed by a fire. The fire would have started at some point between 12 p.m. and perhaps 12:30 also between that time. And the fire service, again, fire service is on the ground. Of course, like I said before, it is a race against the time here because the fire spread very quickly. And neighboring homes, persons in the neighboring houses have doused their houses in water in efforts to prevent this fire from spreading onto their homes. All right, we're going to try to get a bit closer to All right, if you're now joining us, we are live here on the scene of a fire between Pike and Thomas Street, Kitty, where several buildings have been engulfed by this fire that started, we believe, just about 12 p.m., maybe 12:30 p.m. today. Um, of course, again, fire services on the ground. They are working towards not only containing this fire, but of course, to completely extinguish it. Given the number of homes here or well, buildings here that have been engulfed by this fire and the amount of persons that we assume may have been affected by this fire, it is a lot that will have to be done. The buildings are very close to each other, and so that would also be the reason behind the fire spreading so quickly. At this time, the cause of the fire is unknown. However, we did we do understand at this point that one of the one of the buildings is a hardware storage wand. We would want to say it stores materials, and of course those things can easily be caught on fire. So this is really an extreme case here that we're looking at, with several buildings engulfed and destroyed by this fire that started here today at between Thomas and Pike Streets in Kitty. At this point, it's unclear exactly how many houses are on fire, but it is several. It is at least, it is a good amount of, it is a lot of the houses that are on fire here, actually, because as you can see, the buildings are very close to each other. And so the fire, as it spreads, it really engulfed several of them here. And persons have tried to douse their houses, those that are nearby, in water to ensure that these houses do not also become impacted by this fire here today. You see here, you see the fire firefighters are working to contain it, and of course, those efforts will also lead to extinguishing this fire. Several residents are on the streets as they are watching what is unfolding here this afternoon at Thomas and Kitty Streets. Thomas and Pike Streets, Kitty. My apologies there. Stay with us here at the newsroom, where we will continue to provide coverage of this fire that has engulfed several buildings here at Thomas and Pike Streets, Kitty. Of course, again, fire service is on the ground and they are working towards extinguishing this fire. They're actually working from both ends, so there are firefighters that are on the ground on the Thomas Street entrance, and also several of them are on the Pike Street entrance. So they are working towards extinguishing this fire. And so we're here just trying to ensure that they're here just trying to ensure that the fire does not spread towards the other neighboring buildings. There are several that have already been affected. You see, it's several buildings that are very close by each other here. Okay.
But the share back house, no front house. Yeah, but I see Emmy like Emmy out. Like, yes, I don't know, but maybe my kid dead here. Look, I said the bottom in downstairs there. I see the fire there. Look at the bottom in downstairs. Watch through the window. Look, watch through the window. Look at the fire in there through the window. Talk about it, like, you gotta do some walk. They can't pay back if you have to laugh.
Good afternoon, all. If you're now joining the live, we are currently here at Pike Street, TT, where firefighters are trying to contain a fire from spreading to another building. The news we have received so far in the scene is that a fire started at a building. We're going to show you that again just now where the fire is suspected to have been started. A 3-story building where tenants were reportedly occupying, and then it spread to another building, and then to this white building where firefighters are now trying to yes, where firefighters are now trying to save at least half of it. It's already spread to one section of the bottom, but the top flat is completely gone. It's gutted. It's already spread to a section of the bottom flat where firefighters are now trying to contain it there from moving any further throughout the building, or spread probably to that other 2-story building over there. It's unclear how the fire started, but what we were told that some folks had to be rescued earlier this afternoon from one of the buildings, and among those rescued were an elderly woman and her son, I believe. Okay, so just to give you an idea of what is going on here in Kitty, 3 houses were destroyed by fire this afternoon. It's still spreading as we speak. Firefighters on the ground trying to contain this massive blaze that has destroyed 3 houses. It's completely destroyed 2, and it's got to the top flat of this white 2-story building here. It's already begun spreading towards the in the bottom flat, and firefighters are currently now trying to contain it there before it spread any further. We're told that this building here was a 3-story building. I don't know if you can see clearly between these leaves. A 3-story building that is owned by a woman who lives abroad. She was currently renting the property at the time to some tenants. We don't know if it was an apartment building at the time. We're told that some folks had to be rescued from this building. So far, water in the ground that everybody made it out safely, but it's believed the fire started here and then spread to another house on the my left-hand side of that property. They destroyed that one, and that one looked like it was a 2-story building that was over there. Top flat wooden, bottom flat concrete. And then it began spreading over here to this white building, where firefighters are at the moment trying to extinguish this devastating fire that has ripped through 3 properties here on Thursday afternoon. As you can see in this property, there's still some amount of fire. Thank you for joining our live. Pike News will continue to keep you updates on any new developments here at Pike Street. At the moment, firefighters are on the ground trying to contain this massive blaze from spreading any further.
No water. Wow. If you don't got water, where you coming for? If you come into a fire without water, let me turn this camera to this. When you see them in Red Labor Day, when you come without water to fire, where you coming for really?
No, but then again, you got time.
How are you?
You can ensure that your tank.
Jesus. Look, yeah, back up because fire truck. The people come for bring down the smoke right now. The barricade in there to protect the smoke. They must be going to set the thing off here to bring all these trainees. To fetch the barriers. How are you? I like your walk as a young police officer. You got a policeman walk and look some of them. Yeah? These young police come in the car now. I hope they take care of you. Good in there. All right, strong one. Nice police and so. You don't understand. Somebody little bit fire. Don't jam me with your gun, officer, and tell me sorry. And then if your gun they go off, you can hear something else, you know. Oh, this is the house here. Oh, this is where the fire started. And they had water. Oh, this one here, this brand new house. And there's a house that you just finished building, could have gone. You could call the man by his name, Officer Morris. What, you're a sergeant? Is he a sergeant or corporal? Corporal, how are you, copy? Okay, let us address the officer correctly. Corporal Morris. Oh, sorry. Look, this new house here. What kind of thing is this? You see, I don't want them to say that I'm going down. No, listen. My son. No, you don't go. If me go, you don't go. Right? We're not firefighters. Don't let next thing you hear I walk there and me boots smash the evidence. No. Let me stay far from the fire where the people could see. Where the people could see from here, they'll see. Right? At least I'm on ground. I leave the little marching and so on and come here. What is young man? He got a good walk for police. Watch him. I'm showing them their life. Watch you walking as a police. I like you and lift your shoulder like the sun. Where from? Barbies? I know that Barbies. You gotta be disciplined. He's a Barbie Sean, good police officer. Hey, the two y'all look disgusting. I mean, I did like the two of you look like beer session. Yeah, I started the police training place there. Yeah? Hey, Richard? You could tell me? Yes, I see them. Hold me, excuse me. This is always, my camera know you, but there's always a decent officer. You must keep it up. Always humble. You got a nice posture. Always, and your personality suits the police force. At least you don't come like a big pig, blah, 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 and that kind of things. No, you just got to compliment them. You got to compliment them. So now all the barriers kicking in place. Fire done. I just saying good afternoon. My camera down myself, right? But to see like y'all whispering and talking my names like, look, this one blooms. We can't take she. I see she mouth. I see she mouth says something. And I hear Granny said, don't say about she. You know? I wanted the fire truck coming to speed. I nearly run. I thought it's the next fire start. I know the fire truck after the fire. Look, you ever see a fire truck come out fire without water? Please equip them. For same thing the policeman is saying. Equip them and so on, right? Get the hydrants working, put good policies and so on in place. Somebody say Morris is a really good guy. A lot of people just know some of these officers. How are you, son? Yes. So, well, you know, I'm just here, was checking out. It's always sad to see when people lose the place, because of fire, and people house born because of one and all of that. It's a sad situation, you know, really sad. And I only come, to see the people. It's always, is he got in the back? Oh, the barn off all there. Well, after the fire, people, fire done a long time, so they're now blocking off. They now ain't blocking off and so on, right? So let us go. I'm going live because I want all the firemen to know I don't go on fire premises with fire. Neither am I giving any instructions how you are to any fire police or anything. I am just humbly checking out and sorry for the family, for their losses. The whole place burned down. You good? Yes. The whole place come down. You just sit down and watch everything burn down for you. Just show you all the now. I wonder what they're going to bar off. Yes. I got my ice for you, Sonny. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All trainees outside now. How are you? How are you? You good? Yes, I went by the union thing and see this fire. So I said, Pastor, see the family. How are you? They had an after thing, but not much. They had really a lot of people. Everything was so split up. Some unions and all didn't even go on march. It's just sad. It's just sad. The union there. No, they didn't call it off. They didn't call it off. So some unions didn't march, and then the leaders went by State House, had some brunch. So just a couple of people in the rain. It's just sad to see everything be so divided, even to the unions. Oh my God, where are we gonna go with this? But I'm sorry for the people with the losses there, though. Yes, yes, yeah. She can't save. She just had to run out. Oh my. But nothing. Wow. 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 All right, take care. Yes. The residents there making me out. And telling me. Huh? Mm-hmm. Sure, anyhow, viewers, I can cut the live. I was just. Yes, darling. I good, How you do? Near me. Yeah, right. I don't like it either. It's hard, It's hard. All right, then. Yes. Take care, darling.